Michael and Ashley are a married couple who enjoy going on adventures together. They started their channel to share videos from their camping trips where they explore unique locations and often try stealth camping. They're very fun to watch, but constantly searching for new spots can sometimes lead to bad luck and unexpected, even creepy, experiences. That's exactly what happened in this video when they planned a simple camping trip somewhere in Tennessee to celebrate Ashley's birthday.
Michael and Ashley, and it is Ashley's birthday today, and we are just regular camping. Just want to take it easy for her birthday, and
we're here at the Peaceful Hills Retreat. We got our own tiny little waterfall. Got a little bit of a fall.
And this will be our campsite for tonight. So maybe it'll be a good night.
Michael's found a rope. He's fixing to get up there.
They discovered a campsite, and it was just right. There was even an old fire pit already there, so they only needed to collect some wood and light it. That's exactly what they did, setting up their tent while enjoying the pizza they had brought along. After all, it was Ashley's birthday, right? Time flew by quickly, and before they realized it, night was settling in, so they got the fire going.
We have fire!
Look what I've created!
With a lighter and a fire starter.
They sat around the fire, relaxing and chatting, just enjoying the moment, when suddenly a noise came from behind them.
Where did you run into cool stuff? You don't get to see stuff like that when you're on the interstate.
What? I thought I heard something.
I mean, I heard something fall. It sounded like a stick or something fell. But you scared me.
I mean, I just heard something, so I just turned to look.
Do they have bears up here?
I
mean, I know like Gatlinburg does, but this is the opposite end of Tennessee. I don't know. You scared me so bad.
I was just turning around real quick.
I was like, who's there?
Who there? Who there?
Maybe it was just one of those normal forest noises. You know how it is. They didn't see anything unusual, so they kept enjoying their time and left the camera recording. But that's when things started to get really creepy. Take a look.
Can you imagine how much wood we would have to find? Because you gotta think, that was a little bit of wood. I mean, if I had something...
Did not like that.
What?
What is that?
Huh?
It's getting crazy. We heard a gunshot, and now whatever animal that is going nuts.
Coyote? With a bunch of guys yelling.
No, it was an animal. I think it was coyote.
Well, it was crazy though.
Yeah, it was. I don't hear no more.
I can hear 4. Like, what are these people doing?
I don't know.
Mm. Where's it coming from?
Sounds like it's coming like to the east of us. Yeah, that way somewhere, but I don't know. I mean, we heard that loud ass gunshot, and then they went nuts.
Oh,
I don't know either.
as long as it don't get closer, we're good.
Be crazy up in the waterfall campsite. Alright, back to our peaceful campfire. What the? Do y'all hear that? What the freak was that?
Sound like somebody.
That was creepy.
Look, I honestly can't say for sure what that sound was. Sometimes it resembled an animal, but at one point it genuinely sounded like a woman screaming. And to be honest, after hearing what seemed like a gunshot, it really makes your mind jump to the worst conclusions. What if it was actually a person who had been shot and needed help? Maybe someone who had been kidnapped and left in the woods. Of course, that's only a theory, but it definitely makes the situation feel a lot more disturbing. The couple tried to search for where the sound was coming from, but they turned back once it grew much louder. After a while, the noises stopped completely, and they decided to stay there for the night, though the atmosphere was no longer the same. Something just felt off. Tell me, do you think it sounded like a human voice, or could it just be the mind playing tricks? Honestly, if I ever heard something like that in the woods, I'd be out of there immediately. Felipe Packer is a Brazilian YouTube channel focused on fishing adventures, where friends travel to different rivers and lakes to catch large fish and enjoy time outdoors together. However, in this particular video, things took an unexpected turn. The group planned a camping trip in a forested area near a river, which seemed like a great idea and a fun way to spend time with friends. During the day, they intended to catch fish so they could cook them later that night at their campsite.
Ele atacou sim, Thiago. Atacou? Tá seguro, primeiro! Pulou! Primeiro tocou lá! Olha a quantidade de peixinho que tem aqui ao redor dele. Tá pegando com ele? Olha o quantidade.
Luck was definitely on their side, and they kept reeling in fish one after another, each bigger than the last. The steady action distracted them so much that they barely noticed the sky growing darker by the minute. And that's when the atmosphere started to feel unsettling. After finally catching a particularly large fish, they decided it was time to head back to their campsite. But on their way, they noticed something standing directly in their path.
Aí, pessoal. Aqui, olha, o Thiago acabou de ver um bicho pulando ali na água. Ele tá pedindo a lanterna aqui pra gente ver o que é. Pode ser onça, pode ser capivara. Toma ali, Thiago. Vê lá o que é.
Pegar a arma, louco. Ela pula dentro da canoa.
Se for onça, ela pula dentro da canoa mesmo.
Não é bom.
Eu vi o barulho pra cá, Thiago.
Ali, brilhando. Brilhando ali o olho.
Tá brilhando lá.
É uma onça.
É uma onça,
É uma onça.
Vai lá, vai lá. É uma onça, vai lá.
Caralho.
É uma onça.
Peraí, deixa eu sair daqui, senão eu vou cair.
É uma onça. Alguma coisa tá fugindo dela.
Pega até dois lá no acampamento, mano. Pega...
Pra tua esquerda, Leandro.
Caralho, não chega muito perto, mano.
Bem aí, ó. Tava aí nesse clarão aí. Foca bem ali, Thiago. Eu vi um negócio ali no... Cuidado.
Deu pra ver a silhueta.
Deu pra ver, parecia um cachorro gigante.
Leandro, puxa a porra pra fora.
Tu viu que ela parou assim e olhou pra trás?
Ah, pá, porra.
Ela foi lá daquele lado ali,
Não,
foi?
eu escutei barulho de água. Alguma coisa caindo na água. Eu tô achando que alguma coisa fugiu dela. Eu acho que alguma coisa que tá fugindo dela. Se seguir essa linha aqui, vai dar no acampamento, não dá? Eu acho que é a mesma ilha que é do acampamento.
É a mesma ilha.
Right at the riverbank, they came face to face with a jaguar, likely out hunting. But then, its prey slipped away due to Felipe and his friends being in the way. The jaguar stared at them for a moment before retreating into the forest. But with a predator like that, you never really know if it's gone or just lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment. They quickly started their engine and returned to camp, trying to shake off the tension, and began cooking the fish they had caught, when suddenly, an eerie sound pierced the night.
Nossa. E tá cada vez mais perto, tá ouvindo? Cada vez mais perto. Barulho de onça. A gente tá aqui em Laranjal do Jari, no acampamento. A gente começou a ouvir barulho de esturro de onça. A gente ouviu a primeira vez mais longe e agora a segunda vez mais perto.
The sound of the jaguar grew closer, creeping toward their camp. You can't help but wonder if it actually followed them back, keeping just enough distance because there were too many people around. They knew staying quiet was crucial. If a jaguar is nearby, wandering into the forest to escape is suicide. Honestly, I always say bears and moose are dangerous, but there are parts of the world where you can cross paths with a jaguar, a leopard, or even a lion. That's a whole other level of terrifying. These predators are perfect hunters, fast, strong, and silent enough to kill before you even realize what's happening. Sure, a bear is scary, but a jaguar? No thanks. Thankfully, it kept its distance, though they could still hear it from time to time, and once morning arrived, they finally made it out safely. This channel, named
Таежный.
is run by a Russian creator who shares videos about his adventures in the Russian taiga. He explores remote cabins, builds shelters, and creates survival content that fans love. In this particular video, he set out to do the same, spend the night in a forest hut. But as the day came to an end, something occurred that made him feel like he wasn't alone in the woods.
Здравствуй, избушка. Крыша не провалилась. Это уже радует. Значит, заночуем сегодня в этой избе.
He arrived at the hut and dropped off his gear, then made his way to a nearby frozen lake to do some ice fishing. After catching enough fish to last the night, he returned to the hut and began preparing them for his meal.
Сковорода еще неровно стоит. Точнее, печка. Вот так вот.
He finished eating and was sitting in the hut when he started hearing some strange noises.
Хотя печку буду подтапливать ночью. Дрова есть теперь, дров не жалко. Дрова свои. Вот этот звук только что был раза в 2 сильнее.
Now, it sounded like something was walking on the wooden planks outside, but when he looked, there was nobody there. It could have a normal explanation. Maybe the hut shifting in the wind or the wood expanding and cracking from the heat of the stove. He wasn't scared since he's used to this kind of thing, but it would have definitely freaked out someone else. So, what do you think it was? Something circling the hut or just a simple natural cause? Brian and Marisa are an adventurous couple sharing their journeys on YouTube, often camping in remote spots, hiking rugged trails, and taking on all sorts of outdoor challenges. In this video, however, they ran into something unexpected. They spent the day exploring back roads and looking for a secluded campsite deep in the Willpaw Hills, and after hours of driving, they finally came across a quiet lakeside spot that seemed perfect.
When you forget your leveling jacks, but you find a brick.
When?
The brick is just a brick.
We're camping here. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah,
She says she's the boss, so we're doing it.
I'm not the boss.
Let's get set up.
Yes,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
They started setting up camp, and everything seemed normal. As night fell, they cooked their meals, and when it got late, they climbed into their rooftop tent, ready to sleep. But that's when things took a strange turn, and something truly bizarre happened.
Just pulled up right next to the car. Walking around in the water.
There's another car over there.
Stay here.
You just want to back up and go.
Stay here.
That's okay.
What in the They run over our light?
Yeah.
What'd they do to it?
It's just cracked and
No, I meant the GoPro.
I don't know.
It was like turned around?
It was turned around this direction, but they were getting water from a beer can out of here and filling their car with it.
So it's what, 12:30?
Yeah.
And what just happened?
A car came like barreling in here.
He went flying in and went right here, ran over our light, and then went to show yeah. And they were doing something here.
And our GoPro was over here.
Yeah.
And then I heard another door, like as they were getting in theirs. And so I walked down to the end of the road and there's a car just sitting there. So I don't know how long it's been there for. So,
I don't know.
so
Are we packing up?
yes, I don't feel safe here. So,
They packed up and left, especially after noticing another car parked quietly in the driveway with its lights off. It was strange. Usually people avoid pulling up next to a camped car, but these ones didn't seem to care. It looked like they were pretending to get water from the lake, maybe checking if anyone was in the car or even planning something else. I mean, why get water at that hour? Definitely suspicious. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they were definitely trying to do something bad, but with everything happening nowadays, you just can't help but take that into consideration. Leaving was the right call. They didn't stick around to see what was happening, and that's exactly what you should do in situations like this. Trust your gut. Novus Wild Camper is a YouTuber fully devoted to camping and outdoor life. His videos cover his own adventures as well as detailed gear reviews, giving viewers practical advice for their trips. His passion and authenticity make his content easy to enjoy and follow. In this video, though, while out camping as usual, he ran into something unsettling that forced him to abandon his campsite.
So, I'm out on a stealthy woodland camp tonight. I won't tell you where I am, mainly because I don't know. I've not been here before, so I don't know what it's going to be like, or if there's going to be much suitable places to camp. So I've got sort of 3 in mind that if this one fails, I could go and have a look elsewhere. Now, although I am in the middle of nowhere, and this isn't exactly a busy park, there's a lot of tracks that go through here, so I don't know if I'm going to come across anyone.
He eventually found a spot that he liked and set up his hammock and tarp.
So nice just sitting there listening to the sounds of the woods. And a bloody motorbike. Right, well it is well and truly dark now, so I'm going to go and get the fire on, and then I'm going to get some food, sit by the fire and have a little snack.
Night fell, and he went to sleep, but around 4 a.m., the rain started pouring, waking him up and forcing him to take shelter in his car. Later that morning, he returned to his campsite, and that's when things began to feel a lot creepier.
Right, it's 7:30. I'm back at camp. Everything's as it was, apart from my water bottle, which is crushed on the floor, which is a bit weird. This is seriously the weirdest forest I've ever camped in. I got back here and I'm standing here, and then suddenly the tree next to me just crashes, like, you know, like if a bird suddenly flew out of it, like it was startled. And the bushes are all shaking and it's crashing, but there's nothing in it. There's nothing there. It's just really weird. This has got the most odd feeling I've ever had in any kind of woodland.
The forest felt like it was watching him, and soon he realized he might not be alone, that whatever was observing him wasn't the forest, but something else entirely.
Who was that? I don't like it here. I'm getting packed up. Stuff the bacon walls. Well, I'm getting packed up. I'm getting out of this quick as I can. Literally, while I'm standing here now, it is daylight, okay? So I can see everything. I'm under my tarp, packing up my quilt, and there's this crash behind me, and literally, this doesn't land coming down. It bounces towards me. It hit the floor and was still rolling towards me. This place is freaked out. It is only about half an hour away from where I live. And I was hoping this would be a really good spot to come on a regular basis, because it's local. I'm never coming back here again.
He packed up as quickly as he could, got back into his car and left. The stick that hit him didn't just fall, it was thrown, which meant someone was either watching him or trying to scare him. Both possibilities were strange, especially since he was alone in a forest he had never camped in before. The sounds around the camp and the direction the stick came from all pointed to a human rather than an animal, so leaving was clearly the safest choice. Many people might ask why anyone would randomly stalk him, and before starting this channel, I would have wondered the same. But after seeing multiple encounters like this, you start to realize the world is far stranger than you think. Some people do things like this out of mental illness, curiosity, or even just for fun. Nature can definitely play tricks on you, but it's important to remember that sometimes it really is another person hiding in the shadows, possibly wanting to cause harm. Always be careful. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.